Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Brand Builder series. I'm your host here, Willis Lane. Today we have a special guest with us, Takisha Franklin. She happens to be the owner of MXP Shop as well as Miss Franklin Candle Company. So,
Yes.
Takisha, I'll just give you the chance just to kind of fill in the gap. Anything I may have missed, just give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Yeah. So, like you said, I am Takisha Franklin. So I have been in the candle business since 2018. So that is something I've been doing for quite a while. MXP Shop. It is a local business. It's a retail store. We just opened this time last year. We're located on 79th and Michigan Road in Indianapolis. So at this location, we host not only my candles, but we're giving a space for other local Black-owned entrepreneurs to scale their businesses. So we have over 16 brands here in our store, and yeah, we have workshops as well, like candle making workshops, paint workshops, and we allow our vendors to do their own private workshops as well.
Okay. Wow, it definitely sounds like you have a lot going on at MXP Shop.
Yes,
Uh,
we definitely try.
so, to date, it's obvious that you've had the opportunity to achieve a lot. A lot of Black business owners, Black entrepreneurs, hardly ever get the opportunity and the chance, to open up their own brick and mortar stores and things of that nature. But I kind of just want to even go back, to the beginning, kind of what inspired you to embark on the entrepreneurial path and even just start, your candle company in the beginning. So if you could just
Yeah.
uh, enlighten us on that.
Okay, so like I said, I started in 2018. So I've always had a passion for candles. It kind of goes all the way back to when I was, living at home with my mom. She would burn candles every day. So I just love the aroma, love, candles lit in the house. It just gave that, that clean, that spa like feeling, just, I don't know, relaxation in the house. So in 2018, I got a candle kit from Amazon just starting out. I was making it for family and friends, and it kind of grew into, a business. So back then, I wasn't really doing too much research, just kind of playing around with the candle making and fragrances and things like that. And then I just kept going with it. Like it wasn't a passion that like kind of stopped or dwindled down. I was still involved with it and wanted to do more. So throughout the years, I just started doing research, joining like different groups like on Facebook, YouTube videos, just kind of seeing, other candle makers, brand owners, and things like that. So that's when I started taking it more seriously. So it was just like a side, side making money and things like that. On top of that, I am a social worker too. So I was in my career field, I was just making candles on the side, and it kind of went into just last year where I had ended doing social work for a while. So back in January of 2023, I had stopped doing social work and then went like a month later, found this location and went straight into, I want to have my candles in the shop, really not necessarily knowing from the beginning that I wanted, to have other entrepreneurs inside. I just, once we got the space, started creating, decorating, and things like that, and putting my candles in here, just more brainstorming happened to where, let's get other entrepreneurs inside. Let's not only have candles, let's have skincare, beauty, fashion, natural products, and things like that, where other people can come that's local and, want to express um, how they create their products or want to have some type of location for their clients to be at every day or can come to every day.
Wow, wow, that's great. One thing I kind of want to just touch on, starting out in business, it can be challenging. You mentioned how you were balancing, being a social worker and
Mhm.
still trying to build your brands and companies. Can you kind of just speak to some of the early challenges that you may have encountered and the ways in which that you overcame them? Like even touching on like the process and finding the location. A lot of times, even especially like Black business owners, it can be hard to find the funding, grants, and loans and
Mhm.
things of that nature. So,
Yeah, so with juggling social work and my candle business, it kind of about 2022, I kind of felt like I was kind of being pushed away from like doing social work full time because I was becoming more involved with the candle making. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to take a break from this. It's been going very well. I could, always come back to social work because that's my career field, if need be. So, now we're a year in, and it's definitely been a lot of challenges. Still is challenges. Currently,
Mhm.
it's only been a year, but there's ups and downs with supplying everything on your own and trying to make sure you still attend like events. Like I was big on vendor events and things like that, where I was at an event every weekend just trying to make money, trying to sell my candles, trying to gain more exposure. So with that, where was I going with that? So yeah, with that, I basically, when we stumbled upon this spot, um, the grants and all that. I received one grant like right before I had got this spot. So that really worked out the way it was supposed to. So I'm like, I guess that's what that grant was for. And I apply for grants all the time, every day. I'm trying to find, something new, just so I can expand this location, so I could, help promote too. Because that's another thing. That's why we put a lot of networking events together, because I want to just expand this. I want, more clientele. And even though we're a workshop, it will be nice to, have more people coming in more frequently, just knowing more about our local small business. So yeah, I would say there's still everyday challenges, we every day, literally. Um, and just getting more people involved in here. That's why we put those indie entrepreneur network events together in our vendor fairs, because I was there. I was a vendor, and I still do, sort of big events when it comes to vendor fairs. But I just want to be that person that just kind of fosters everyone together, have events that people can come to, and I can be that resource for people.
Right, right. And I will say, I've only had the opportunity to attend one of your
Yeah,
networking events, but it's evident that you truly are, cultivating a community, that can be mutually beneficial for all
yeah.
parties involved, one that, has the resources and connections to really help the up and coming entrepreneurs. So it's definitely great what you're doing in
Thank
that
you.
regard. But I did want to circle back just on one particular point. Just because I always try to educate the audience. And from the conversations I've had with business owners and other entrepreneurs regarding the grants, they don't know how to navigate and find those particular grant opportunities. Would you be
Hmm.
able to share some insight on where they may be able to look
Yeah.
to find those opportunities?
Okay, yeah, I definitely look everywhere. So sometimes I'm on Google, sometimes I'm browsing around on Instagram. There's even like if you Google on Instagram, like grant, not Google, but if you are on Instagram and you search grants, there's even like pages where some people that's their whole thing. They specialize in that. They find grants for minorities and things like that. So I follow different pages, related to what I'm trying to find. So that has helped too. Also, I'm a part of like the Skip grants. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they put like grants from everywhere all together. So it's just like one app that you can go to and find different grants that kind of match what you're doing. So I use that platform as well. Verizon Digital, the LISC grant was the first grant that I had got, and that's when I had got this space. So literally, I look everywhere. Verizon is a good one. You really just have to, read some courses and complete some courses, and then I think you're automatically just entered to be in there. So some are easy, some are of course lengthy, where they want a lot of detailed information about your business plan, or what you're going to be doing next, or how can this grant accelerate your business. So and it's always good too to write down those questions, like what you say, because a lot of grants ask the same questions. So if you just have like a note or like a Word document with all your like your answers from previous grants in there, there's a lot of like copy and pasting, or tweaking some of the answers, and then that makes it much easier.
Right, right. So for all of you out there, looking to find grants, find resources,
Yeah,
she just educated you on that. So there's no more excuses. And I took some notes myself, so I'm gonna be looking into some of those opportunities.
absolutely.
But just to kind of pivot real quick, you know. with the MXP shop, the Miss Franklin candle company, and all the various other ventures that you have going on, I'm sure that it's hard to kind of navigate and balance all of that, just by yourself. So can you kind
Hmm.
of speak to, the ways in which you built out your team,
Hmm.
hiring people, found assistants, things of that nature?
Yeah, we're definitely still currently building. So some of our vendors who are in the store, they help out too. So we kind of do like a barter, where I have one of my vendors who is a part of the store. She helps out in the store. I kind of give her the basics of how to run the store. She does her workshops here, so it's helping not only helping her build her brand, but it's helping us in the store just kind of be able to move around and do networking events while somebody else is watching the store. Now I do, within this year, want to be able to have some type of part-time worker and maybe one full-time worker, maybe not every day, but that is a goal of mine, to be more outside a little bit while the store is running, doing its thing, and I'm still networking, getting more exposure for the brand and things like that. So the team is small, but it's definitely growing. So that's another thing that we put these networking events together, because we want to be able to have people in here who are passionate about their brand and want to be more involved. Like, if you want to be a part of the store, if you want to barter for services and things like that, we're all about that, because we want to help you and we want to be able to get that contributed back to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Small but mighty team, I hear.
Yes.
But one thing that I've heard you speak on a lot, throughout our conversation so far, is just networking,
Mhm.
networking, collaboration, and things of that nature. And one thing about entrepreneurship and just navigating life as a business owner, one thing you start to realize is just the importance of building relationships,
Yes.
connecting with other individuals. So can you kind of just speak to the ways in which you strive to network, build your network, and just connect with others, which in turn would benefit your business as well?
Yeah, so it's definitely been networking is definitely beneficial, just even when it comes to you gaining exposure for what you want to do like in the future. So me being a vendor prior to this, going out, meeting other vendors, kind of getting their mindset of things, even piggybacking off of different events that we go to. I have some vendors who I'm in contact with, and we're talking about different vendor events in the city that can help us get exposure, or that we make more money from. So that helps too. Even when it comes to like the grants. So I'm in some indie group Facebook groups. So that helps too. So when we're in the Facebook groups, we're talking about different grants that we could be applying for, different events in the city that we can be popping up for. So I just like being able to just have not only the support that I have here, but other people on the outside who've done even more than me. I just wish that we can all just come together, collaborate, piggyback ideas off each other. Even the events that we have in the shop, we're looking to expand that as well too. Like I said, we have workshops, but if anybody wants to bring any, professional resource meetings together, meetings when it comes to social media platforms, how to grow, your social media, things like that. Those are things and people that we want in this space to help, so we can all grow together.
Right, right. That's definitely important and a key component of business. I kind of heard you speak. You all have like various different workshops and
Hmm.
things of that nature in your shop. And kind of just throughout my browsing, I think I've seen you have a paint and sip,
Hmm.
candle making workshops. Are there any other workshops that you all have pretty frequently that the people enjoy?
Yeah, so outside of the candle making and the paint workshops, which are going very well, like I said, our vendors are able to do their thing in here as well. So we have another vendor, Shea Butter Workshop. She makes her own body butters. She does lip glosses, I think bath salts and things like that. that's been a very successful here as too. So she's been able to come in, have her monthly workshops. She fills up the space. They literally enjoy making shea butters because it's something different that we don't really have in the city. And I'm glad that we're actually having here at this location. And that's another vendor that we work really well together with her because she's very active about her business, and we enjoy that. So those are three workshops that we have here that are going really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so are your products, are they primarily sold in store, or do you also have an e-commerce site as well? I think I've seen that you're affiliated with Amazon. So are your candles sold on Amazon?
They are not. I did in the past, like look into that.
Okay.
So that's something I still would probably be interested in. Right now, I do have my website, so people are able to shop on my website for candles. And then also, of course, we have Eventbrite for our workshops. But currently, right now, we are working on getting a website just for MXP. So I'll still have like my Kindle workshop or my Kindle
Okay.
website, but we are going to get one for MXP where we can display more products and different products other than just the candles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And just in regards to, I know you said that you have a variety of different vendors in the store,
Mhm.
but what's kind of like the vetting process for those that may be interested in selling their particular products at MXP Shop? How do you
Mhm.
go about approving them to be able to sell in your store?
Okay, so we definitely we have a membership package. So it depends on what kind of products you have. Being that we're a small store, we don't want too many of the same repeat products in the store because we want each business to scale. We want each business to have a spotlight too. So what we do is any interested vendors who are local, we tell them to come on in, have a meet and greet just to see if even when they come in, if the atmosphere is good for them, if they feel like that it will be a good spot to have their products in. So we always start with that meet and greet introduction, and then we go into like the different packages that we have. So they vary from like $100 and up, just depending on like the shelf space and how much area you want for your products. But right now we're taking anyone that has skincare, beauty care products, trendy fashion, art, any of those things. So yeah, just starts with a meet and greet. If you're interested and we feel like your products will be a good fit and they'll do good in the business, we're definitely interested in having you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So for all of you that may be looking to just expand your brand exposure and connect with other audiences, MXP Shop might be an avenue for you to look into.
Mhm.
So you
And
might
we're
want to
also
consider that.
on March 30th, we're having a vendor call out as well because we actually have a lot going on that day. We have another indie entrepreneur, as well as a vendor fair too. So not
Okay.
only the vendors that are inside, we're going to have vendors who are outside too. That's things that we like to do when it's like spring, summertime, be outside, show people that we're here, network, collaborate, and things like that.
Great, great. That's great. So just to kind of pivot to another area real
Mhm.
quick, as new business owners, a lot of even seasoned business owners, sometimes it may just get to the point to where they just feel burnt out and not really able to have the same creative flow and
Mhm.
things of that nature. So I guess my question to you is just what are some of the ways in which that you kind of just stay ahead of the curve, in your business and kind of just continuously educate yourself so that your ideas and things of that nature are fresh.
I would say continue just being creative. My creativity, like every day, I'm thinking of something new to do. I have the candles down packed. I've been doing that for quite a while, but just creative different events, creative different, just brainstorming. Like I said, that working with other people that definitely helps because being able to just brainstorm on different things that we can involve different people in. So, like I said, we have the workshops, but we want to get kids involved. We want to get families involved. We want to just make it about everybody. We want everybody here. We want everybody to know about what's going on here. So, just brainstorming on different things that we can do to um, to make it to make it last. So even days when I'm kind of burnt out, or maybe this week I don't feel like making candles. Maybe that week I'm putting together in a new event regards to anything related to workshops or whatever we have going on here.
Okay, okay. Uh, that's definitely important, the creativity element, because, just anytime you're leading an operation, it's up to you, to come with the new ideas, come with a fresh perspective. And that's kind of just, throughout my various conversations with business owners and entrepreneurs, that's sometimes or a lot of times, where they're lacking, is just that creativity element. And that kind
Hmm.
of leads me to my next point as well. Kind of just sometimes a business may face a challenge and they feel like, it's the end all be all. They may feel like, how do I overcome this, whether it be a financial challenge or whatever
Hmm.
the case may be. I'm just curious to know what, if you don't mind sharing, what has been one of the biggest challenges that you faced and how did you overcome that?
Okay. The biggest challenge is definitely finances. Just making sure that I have a rent or overhead over here. You have a house with the same type of situation as well. So just being able to pay dual rent is always just on a month to month basis. You're like, got to keep going, got to keep pushing, got to keep being creative, and you just can't give up. I think it's just my ability to not give up because I know what I want. I know what I'm striving for. I do enjoy social work, and that is something that if need be, I will definitely always go back to. But as of right now, I'm in the entrepreneurship journey, and I'm leaning more into it every day, and I'm just like, this is what I want. So there are definitely times that are more difficult than most, but I literally keep pushing, just remain consistent, remaining consistent. And that's really just what brought me to where I am today. Just never giving up, just always believing in the vision. As long as you believe, something else is going to click or something else is going to keep coming to where you're able to prosper or make it to the next day or make it, for the next event. But continuously remaining constant in everything you do and just believing in yourself, just not giving up.
Right, yeah. The consistency, is everything, especially in this field. And just to kind of go off of that, so like what is your biggest motivator, you would say? What keeps you motivated like through the tough times when it gets
Mhm.
challenging? Like what is that driving force?
Okay, so definitely my daughter. So she's a mini entrepreneur as well, a little bit. So she's 4 years old. So she sees me every day, while I'm here, while I'm prepping, getting ready for things. So she enjoys, that flexibility, and the same with me. So it's definitely her. It's definitely the flexibility that I have, not being able to move around or like be creative as I can throughout the day. Like if I'm working a 9 to 5, like that doesn't it doesn't really work for me or the life that I want. So, um, keeping an open mind and being creative um, is definitely beneficial when it comes to keeping that mindset and goal for yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of just curious to know, even going off of that, as an entrepreneur who is also a mother, uh,
Hmm.
like how do you find that balance to ensure, that you're giving your daughter the attention, having adequate family time while also running a business? Because a lot of times, especially as early entrepreneurs, it can kind of be around the clock operation.
Yes, it definitely is. So that's why like I said, we're slowly building that team for the days that I can actually have breaks because she's with me. Like if we're here doing a paint and sip, 6 to 8, she's here. If I have a candle workshop going on, she's here. Unless she's with a family member or her dad. Um, but for the most part, just trying to around maybe like 5 or 6. She'll once I pick her up, she'll be here with me for a little bit, and she does get antsy. She doesn't want to be here long. So just kind of reminding myself to have that balance and continuously setting up different areas where, I have this block of time for her, or each week I do one new activities with her, like outside of the house, outside of the shop, just keeping her life fun. And she definitely loves the flexibility. She loves being able to come here with me, but at the same time, taking away this and just being able to do different and fun activities with her. I definitely set aside time for that on a weekly basis, at least once or twice a week, for her to just, have fun, because she's used to it. But at the same time, she wants to be a kid. She wants to, have that balance where she doesn't have to be here all the time with me.
Absolutely. And I just have one last question. I know we're getting short on time. Just if you don't mind, just kind of just sharing to the audience, everything or the upcoming events that you have coming up. I believe I seen you have the Indie Miss Juneteenth event, and you mentioned entrepreneur event that you'll be hosting at MSP Shop. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience, just regarding everything MXP Shop and Miss Franklin Candle Company?
Yeah, so we are on Eventbrite, so we have many different events up there. Like I said, whenever the creativity flows, I'm on Canva. I'm making a new flyer, just seeing where it goes. So our next big event is Saturday, March 30th. So from 1 to 5, we do have a vendor fair. We're going to be out in the parking lot. We're going to have music. We're going to have a live painter. We're going to have it's a family oriented event, so we're going to have Easter eggs. We're going to have face painters. Like I said, we're going to have vendors. We have up to 20 vendors here, and then also the networking event starts at 3. So while that's going on, we're going to have other businesses here who are going to be, talking amongst each other, just like the last one, getting more involved. We're going to be in and outside. Aside from that, we have the daily paint candle workshops. I am a part of the Indie Miss Juneteenth pageant. That is May of this year, May 19th. So with that pageant, we have a talent, a creative, and then we do a big pageant for you guys. So any local people who want to come out, do something different, check us out. It is myself and 5 other contestants. So it's gonna be nice. It's something different that I haven't done before. So I'm definitely excited about it, a little nervous, but it should be definitely a good experience. So that is May 19th. And tickets for that are on Ticketmaster. Let's see what else is coming up. Just throughout the months, we have Juneteenth event coming up. Any big like holidays, we try to do stuff. We try to have some type of events to bring people out.
Okay, that's great. Well, again, we definitely appreciate you coming on the Brand Builder series. Just letting us know everything that you have going on, and for everyone that may be interested in going to her shop, it's located. MXP Shop is located at 7826 North Michigan Road, and that's in Indianapolis, Indiana. So again, we appreciate you coming on, sharing everything, and just kind of inspiring us, even at the same time, because the feat that you've achieved is definitely not anything that's small. I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that'll be inspired by your story and even motivated to continue on their journey as well. So
Thank you so much. I